Oh my God, it's been so long. Like, how is everybody? How's the volume? How's the why is it so quiet? Oh, oh my God. I am a mess. Okay. So, I know I apologize for the clickbaity thumbnail, but um yeah, so I moved out and it's been interesting. It's been taking forever to get everything like um let's see. Okay. Let's see. But it's just been like such a long process, just like moving everything in to my like new place. And I've just been like so crazy busy with like, oh yeah, cool. That's a which interesting thing. With just like getting everything like ready with my with my new with just moving. And I forgot I've like moved quite a bit, but I've like forgotten like just how much of a process it is to just like get everything into the apartment and just like I'm surprised I even I'm gonna turn that way down. I'm surprised I even remember how to stream in the first place. This has been so long. So very loud. Okay, I'm sorry. Um, here we go. Okay. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Let me just test this. Mm-hmm. I'm just messing with the audio here. Okay. Mm-hmm. Can y'all hear that? It should be fine. Okay, that should work. I hope the audio's not doubled. All right, anyway. So, yeah, it's just been a lot of work just like moving all my stuff into the new place. And like I had to get a U-Haul and I just like don't have any furniture right now, so if it's very echoey, I do apologize. That just like don't have anything to kind of muffle the sound. But I really hope that everybody's doing well. It's been so long, and oh god, when was the last time I streamed? I don't even remember. That's very sad. Let me just make sure. Hang on. There we go. Okay. Just splitting my audio here, just so I'm not like, because I get like awkward if I can hear nothing. So I'm probably like playing it way louder in my, hello, Sai. I'm probably playing it way louder in my own ear than I am like on stream. But like, I know like if there's not enough like noise in the stream, then like it kind of like makes it all choppy. But But yeah, oh my gosh. Well, what else do I have? So yeah, I moved out. I moved out of the way parents' house. Um, and I'm just like so excited because it's just like so nice having my own space, like my own kitchen. Um, I moved into like a condo, so it's like I have 2 bedrooms and like 1 bathroom. Um, so obviously I'm like using one of the bedrooms to like sleep and, like just chill. Yes, I moved from the nest into like a cave. So that's why it's so echoey. But it's nice. It's nice. I've just been like steadily getting all my stuff into like the new place, and like I got the U-Haul and it was freaky like driving that because it was so big, and I'm like, "Oh my God, I'm like going to lose control of this thing cuz I'm not the best driver." Um Driving scares me. Um and I'm just like I could have like probably carried it, but that would have taken forever, and like, I can only carry so much. I know I'm very strong, and like, to be honest, I think seeing like a monster just flying up in the sky would have freaked everybody out. Like, I didn't want to like cause a panic. Um, so yeah, I moved into a new condo like area. It's kind of in a city. Um, so there's a lot like around here. It's a basement like condo, so like it's underground, which is nice because it kind of reminds me of when I used to live out in the wild, and like I find something comforting about dark places. Um and I just like how I can finally relax because especially in like the early days of streaming, my parents would, like walk in because they didn't like understand that I was like talking to people online, and the people online could like hear everything they would say to me, and I would like explain that to them, and they would be like, "Oh, well, like why are you so like self-conscious of that?" And I'm like, "Because you asked me to do embarrassing things, like if I've done chores," and I'm like, "Yes, I've done them. Like, please, you don't have to like reveal my business to strangers online." Like, I love them, but it's nice to kind of like be able to like enjoy like streaming without worrying about them overhearing me saying something like kind of unhinged, because I am a grown demon. I am a grown demon, but they still see me as like a kid a lot of the time, and like I'm just like I'm like not a baby anymore. Like, I know when you found me I was a little feral, like, and like I wasn't very good at socializing, or my manners were abysmal, and so it's like they like still see me as this like helpless thing sometimes, and I'm like, I'm not. I'm really not. Like, I'm a big girl. I'm a big demon. I've learned in like the past few decades how to like kind of be normal. Like, not, I wouldn't say normal because I don't think I'll ever be normal, but like I've learned how to like survive on my own, and like it's just like been interesting because when you have your own place, you're like accountable for maintaining it and like cleaning up after yourself. And like, when I would try to clean up, my mom would just be like, "Oh no, you're not doing it right." It's like, here's how you do it. I'm just like, why do I even bother? Like, and it's like she'll like just like freak out and like vacuum the house for like 5 hours, and I'm like, this is like just driving me crazy. So it's just like nice that I can like do things how I do like to do them, because yeah, it's just nice. And oh yeah, what's another thing? Oh yeah, so like back to like the condo. So I have, like I said, I have two bedrooms, and one of them is obviously where I'm sleeping, and the other is going to be like my streaming studio. So it's just like nice that I can have that separation, and like because the old place I was using was like a spare bedroom, so like if I had any if we had any guests over, I couldn't stream at all because like, you know, they were using that space. Huh. But you know, I guess it's been a while. So why don't I just reintroduce myself? So I am Eden Way. I am a Cambion streamer. Um I've been around for a little while. And you may have heard of me before. Like, I've been spotted in the Pine Barrens of New Jersey, and I've been given a nickname called the New Jersey Devil. And, you know, a lot of my depictions weren't very flattering. Like, I didn't really like how I was portrayed as like this like demon. I mean, I am a demon, but like, you know, I'm not as scary as people think I am. Like a lot of the times they would just like catch me in a bad moment, and some of the pictures that they would make of me were just like over exaggerated. Like I don't have like come on, I'm not that furry. Come on. Like this girl spends a fortune on waxing. Come on, that's not fair. Yeah, they were just catching me in my off days, and like, you know, like when somebody takes a picture of you and like you haven't like even gotten out of your pajamas yet, like you're no makeup, your hair's all a mess, and it's just like, of course they catch you in your worst moment. Like I didn't even mean to scare anybody. I was just like trying to live here. And so that was a thing. And one of the things that happened was, and is it sometime in the 90s where I was found, and rather than like shunning me, my parents said, okay, we're just gonna like teach you how to like function. This was in the 90s, so like if this was when I kind of became like cognizant of humanity, and like this is when a lot of my memories are from. So like you'll hear me reference things a lot from the 90s, and like that's just like my earliest like memories with humanity. So I remember the tape decks, I remember the CRTVs, and like granted I wasn't like familiar with a lot of the pop culture stuff because I was a little sheltered because my parents didn't want me to like find out about all the nasty stuff. So, you know, I didn't like experience a lot of like the like more mature stuff until later. And like I didn't even see the like the Matrix until like a couple years ago. So, you know, like this is what I meant by babying, was even though I was a full-grown demon, they just like didn't want me to like interact with like more adult things until I got a little older, and you know, the frontal lobe developed a little better. But so I mean, I don't blame them because I was a bit like unstable, and there was just like not a whole lot of like monitoring when I lived by myself out in the wild, and I would like kind of like do stupid shit and get myself into some trouble, and like, you know, like it was kind of just like, oh yeah, you can't do that. You can't like just like indiscriminately like eat things. Like they showed me like how to operate like a blender and like how to cook, and like they said, no, tree bark really isn't good for you, and like sometimes the moss will make your stomach hurt, and like not all mushrooms are meant to be consumed. And like I didn't know the difference. Like, I just assumed there was something wrong with me because, like, I would eat some things and then my stomach would hurt, and I was like, oh, well, you know, maybe that's just because I don't take very good care of myself. And, like, hello, Jayway. How are you? It was odd. It was odd learning how to, like, operate in a human society. Because, you know, like, I had, like, these massive claws, and it's like, I couldn't even, like, open doors by myself. So I would sometimes bust them down, because I would get mad and say, oh, why can't I open this? And I would just, like, bust the door open and be like, hey! And then they told me that wasn't really acceptable, and they made me cut my nails off. I don't know, it was so awkward being, like being, like, somebody who was just, like, trying to adjust to human society. Because I would do things that were, like, not considered appropriate. And, like, they enrolled me into school because this girl didn't really know how to read or write. So can you imagine me sitting in, like, a kindergarten, like a full-ass grown demon, just, like, sitting in those tiny desks and, like, just, like, and, like, you know, it was during gym class too, especially where they told me, hey, you can't just, like, fly, and, like, because the wind current from my wings would just, like, blow, like, everyone over. And they said, no, you gotta learn how to, like, run like the rest of the kids. And I was like, I'm not very good at this. Like, I guess, like, part of the things I would do when I would run was, you know how you're supposed to, like, pump your arms with, like, your little movement of your legs? I would, like, flap my arms like I was trying to, like, fly. And, like, you know, just, like, figuring out the coordination stuff. Like, it's just, like, yeah. Because I also had, like, weird legs where they were kind of, like, bent awkwardly. And then with some, like, physical therapy, I was able to, like, straighten them out and, like, and then, like, use them properly. But there was some, like, muscular issues where it's like I couldn't, like, learn to run or, like, pick things up, or just, like, I was so clumsy. I would just, like, walk into things and, like, fall over all the time, and I'm like, I can't do this. But then luckily I was able to find a good physical and occupational therapist that could show me how to do this stuff. And now, like, granted, I'm still a little clumsy because that's more of a neurological thing now, but, like, I did have some help. Especially since a lot of the things I struggled with, some humans struggle with too, so they just, like, put me through the same programs, and, like, it was good. It was fun. It was good. I made a lot of good friends through that, and, you know, some kids were mean because I looked kind of weird. Like, there's some, like, muscular stuff going on, and, like, you know, I was a little bit hairier than a lot of the kids, and they would, like, point that out, and I would get really upset. But, like, you know, it was just, like, after a while, they just kind of accepted, okay, she's just a little different, and, like, I think their parents might have said something, like, said, yeah, she was just, like, literally found in the woods, so, like, don't try to be nice. And, like, by the time I was, like, a teenager, it got easier, and I mean, still, I would get some mean comments, because, you know, there will always be people who, like, will never understand. But oddly enough, like, I did find my group, and it did get a lot easier, and it has gotten easier as I've gotten older, because adults tend to be a little more accepting of differences, and especially with all the, like, resources out there saying, okay, there's even a lot of humans who are very different. And I find that very beautiful, that, you know, humanity has come so far. And, you know, I did see, like, people who are different get accused of being witches and, like, just, like, outcasts. And now they're just like, okay, they're just they just act and look a little different, that's okay. And like, I just think it's cool. Because I do think like, especially humans have just a great capacity for compassion. And yeah, there will always be bad people out there, but I think like the more we learn to understand each other, it'll just... I did miss you, Freddy Fazbear. I did miss you. I miss all of you. Like, I miss streaming. I was so anxious to get back. And like, I was supposed to come back last week, but then like, again, like my stuff wasn't really in my new place yet. And so I was like, I can't really stream if I don't even have internet. And like, that was part of the reason why I wasn't around much. It's just like the new place doesn't have great phone service because it's like underground. So like it's like not... I like had trouble like connecting even to like text people, like call people. Like every time I would call somebody, it would sound like they were underwater. And I was like, hello? But yeah, so I got the Wi-Fi stuff figured out, and I got a good Wi-Fi package, like fast internet, which I'm really excited for. I hope this means like more collabs with other people, more interactivity. Like, yeah. I have to like get over my anxiety asking people for collabs. Like, even though I've like had plenty of practice, like socially, I still like have this hang up where I have like trouble asking people for things, and it's like, oh my god, am I like bothering them? But like most of the time, in my experience, they're probably thinking the same thing. Like, it's like, I just need to get over it and like just actually reach out to people, because it's like, I want to have fun, I want to make friends, I want to like talk to people and like, you know, network and like get more comfortable being a VTuber and like get to know others. And like, because there's so many people out there who just like know their stuff, and it's like, I want to learn from them. Yeah. So what else? I just feel like it's been so long, and it's so good to just like get back into streaming again. And there's like so much I want to do. Also, like, don't mind the like weirdness, because I'm having trouble with my webcam a bit. The lighting in here isn't that great, so I apologize. Sometimes the webcam is like a little laggy, and like everything isn't quite synced up with the model and the audio. It's like, I do apologize for that. So I'm working on it. But yeah, like, another thing is I do want to like improve, because I do have more space to work with. And so I did add like new stuff to my Throne account. Just kind of help me out if y'all want to like head on over there and look. Like if y'all need like gift ideas, like, oh yeah, I should probably change like update my information too, like, because it'll send stuff to my old address. But I mean, I'm like not far from my parents' house. It's just a little drive away, so it's like enough that I can go and visit. It's like they're like close enough that I can go and visit them like for a day, and it like won't be that much of a trip anyway. So like, I can just go whenever. I'll probably just still have my stuff delivered there, because again, like, I live in an apartment, and I'm not quite sure about like how packages are received here. I need to like look into that. But yeah, there's a few things I still need to figure out, but like for the most part, I'm like 90% done moving. Like, it's just like at this point, just like little logistical stuff. Another thing that I'm really excited to do is I want to do like more hand cam and like kind of like IRL like streams. And now that I have like my own place, I definitely can. Because again, like I said, I have my own kitchen. I have like, so I can probably do like cooking streams and stuff like that. And like, you know, since I'm by myself now, I don't have to worry about people like walking in at awkward times. It's always like whenever I'm doing something like sus that my parents would like interrupt, and I'm like, oh my god, like I was about to make like a really like gross joke, and they would have like walked in the middle of that, or like I would have like said it's just like didn't want to say anything that would like they would ask me about later, and they said, oh, why'd you say that, like why are you like saying that over the internet? And I'm just like, it's all comedy, like you know, my sense of humor is a bit lewd sometimes. Like it's just like, because they would lack the context, they would just like walk in and like at like the most awkward times, I would just be like, no, like why do I have to explain this to you? Okay, so oh my goodness. But like again, like I said, it's going to be an interesting transition because I have like so much more to work with, and I'm also still working full-time, so like I'll have to like figure out a schedule that like works around my work schedule, and like obviously I have to take care of myself too. Speaking of taking care of myself, unfortunately I did end up getting COVID. Hello, Gaius. Gaius, it's been so long. It's been so long. So unfortunately I did get COVID at the beginning of September, and this was like when I was like in the first stages of moving. But like since I was sick, I like couldn't do anything about it. And oh my god, I was like not that sick, but for some reason the symptoms just kept dragging on and on. Like even now I just like get the symptoms again, and I'm just like, why is this happening? Because like I know I'm not sick with it again because I did get the vaccine, and it's just like every once in a while the symptoms just come back, and I just feel like horrible. And of course, like, you know, I still have to work, and nice. Yeah, good luck with that. Yeah. Bye-bye. Thank you for stopping by, Gaius. For those of you who are unfamiliar, Gaius is the one who helped me come up with my look. Because I was like, you know, I want to look nice on stream. I want to, like, have, like, a look that will look nice, but still is approachable. And so he helped me come up with, like, a less, like, scary, like, look than how I originally looked. Because it's... I, like, personally don't know how to, like, style my hair or dress. Because, like, that was not something I needed to worry about for a while. And then I was like, you know, I want to look pretty. I want to look pretty and cool and stylish. So like Gaze like helped me with that. And he also like helped me like with my expressions and like my movements, and like he showed me how to use the software and like be expressive. And because like it's really hard for me to remember to be expressive. Like it's just like, oh, I can't just like, you know, kind of less like look like this and be like serious. And it's just like, oh wait, I have to actually be engaged. I can't be like all monotone, and like I can't just like look and like be like like if I have a 2D model, like I need to like utilize the 2D space I have. Like I can wiggle and like I can like lean in. Like I need to figure out how to make that, or like lean back, or like I can like do things with my face. Like I can't like move one part of my face at a time though, because like I don't have that much flexibility. But like I can like do pouty. I can do like I can do. I mean, it's pretty expressive. Like I don't know. I just like didn't really know how to make expressions before, but now it's like every time I move, every time I like do something or express something, it's just like, oh, look at that. It's like tracking along with me. It's so much, this is so much fun. And like I did do, oh, excuse me. I did do something with the parameters. So like, just so I can get some like better performance. Cause I did see that discourse about, oh, like bouncier models are too distracting. And I'm like, I don't want to be distracting. I want to be like fun. And like, so I just like toggled some things off and like, I like, basically you should be able to like see more of like how I move and like express myself, because I did some messing around with like the physics and like the tracking. But I don't know, VTube Studio, it's like kind of weird because it's like you need to like know like what exactly you're working on when you like set up the parameters, because it's just like, oh, like what does this do, and then it like gives you a range and it's like, well, what am I supposed to do to like stay within the range so I get my model to like move the way I want it to. And like, so then I like tested it out and like did my wiggles, did my like dancing, and like did the like moved my eyes around, like, because it does like track my eyes, like my eye movements too, which I think is so cool. Like this is some of like, for what Gaius did, and like this is like really nice. Like I don't like super bouncy models where everything like moves and it's kind of just like it's like, you know, sometimes the hair is just like blowing and like there's a wind effect and it's just like bouncing all over the place and it like looks kind of silly. But now like, no, I feel like the way that it's done is really nice, and like it like matches my movements well. And like obviously I feel like if I could afford it and like set it up, maybe having a 3D model might be really fun. Because I could do like exercise streams or do Just Dance or Ring Fit. That would be like so much fun. Or like even when I do like punishments and like you could see like my struggles like actually like out there. I do know there's a way to like do 3D like on the cheap with like full body capture. But there's a lot I need to do to like figure out how to like render myself into that environment properly. And like obviously that requires a bit of setup, and like y'all will laugh at my setup right now because I haven't built my desk yet. So like I'm just like streaming on top. Like I put my computer on a top of a bunch of boxes and I'm like, okay, here it is. Like, I need to build some furniture. But, like, so good to be back, you know? And, you know, I'm very grateful that I had such an amazing, like, papa who could, like, you know, just help me like figure out, okay, what kind of vision do I want for this channel? What kind of image do I want to project? And like just how expressive do I want this do I want to be? And like the way he did it was so interesting because he said to like create the movements, he used physics. So the movements are more realistic like than like just using like the like rigging every part individually. Um, it's just cool, you know. You know, if I was a better artist, maybe I would make models. Maybe I could have my own children. Like that'd be so much fun. But yeah, that would probably be something way further down the road from now. Like because I've been practicing art, like just getting like used to like basically relearning it all over again. Because, you know, when you're out in like the wilderness, you don't really have time to learn how to like paint or draw. You're just trying to get by. And like even when I started living among humans, like my motor skills weren't really the best. My handwriting looks like absolute trash. Like I'm surprised people can read it. It's bad. Like, and so like drawing, just like the physical act of just like holding a pencil or a stylus, it's just like kind of hard for me. So I need to like learn how to actually do that first and like be comfortable with it. It's just like, you know, it'll take time. And now that I'm on my own, I'll have like more time to like work on myself and like just like come up with more ideas that and that because now I have complete freedom, complete creative freedom. I can like do so much more now that I have my own place. And like I don't have to worry about what my parents would think of me creating certain kinds of content. Like I know I said early on I wanted to do like sussy content, but like, you know, living with parents, it's just like I really don't want them to know like what exactly I'm doing. So I think we'll get some fansly content up soon. And I don't know, it'll just be very exciting. And as long as like my health and like allows it, I will be here. And if anything were to change and I would need to like take time off, I will be sure to like update you all and like just keep you all in the know. I know things have been crazy. I know I haven't been around much. And it's really nobody's fault. I just had a lot going on and I had to take care of myself first. And I needed to like do a lot of things that like it was like executive things I needed to take care of. And you know, having ADHD, just like getting that stuff done is a challenge. And like just like planning things out and like making sure like the stuff that needed to get done would get done before it like became too late, and then I would just like need to like make up for the progress that I lost. And then it's just like, oh my god, I had all that stuff hanging over me and like it needs to get done, it needs to get done, it needs to get done, I can't put it off. And I was just like, okay, like I need to like just get better about like managing my shit, you know. And you know, I had a busy summer, like very busy. Like I had those weddings coming up. I was in 2 weddings this past summer. My older brother got married in June and my younger sister got married in August. And then like once that was over, I like found out about this place that was available and it was a good deal. I was like, oh yeah, that's like that I can afford that rent. I can like it's like a good, really nice place in a good location. And so I was like in talks with the landlord and I was like, okay, we'll make this happen. And then I needed to decide on a move-in date, and I was supposed to move in like middle of September, but then I got COVID and I was like, I just can't like deal with all that right after I've been sick. I need like time to recover. And so like I moved in at the beginning of October, and it's just been like you know, because I work full time and like I only have a couple of days where I can get things done. And like when I had the U-Haul, I like needed people to help me like actually like load things in and like help me move things into my place. So like coordinating that like took some time, and then like I needed, because my job requires like a license in order to work. So I needed to like get my license like taken care of. Otherwise I can't work. And like so that took a while, because then when I submitted it, it was like, oh, you're missing some information. You need to resubmit it. And I was like, oh shit, like and then because I found out about that after I moved, and I was like, oh, I need to like reprint the form and like have like my supervisor fill it out. And then like so I didn't really have a printer. And so I was like, oh, I'll just go to my parents' house to like use theirs. And then like my dad got COVID, so he's like, no, don't come home, like stay away. Like, and so I needed to like figure out something. So I tried printing it out at work because they have printers there, and it just like wouldn't print at all. So I was like, oh crap. So I got it like figured out. I went to the library in town, and like I was able to print it there. And then so I needed to like have my boss fill out the document, and then I realized, oh wait, like I can't find my pens. So I like basically scanned the document into my phone and like added like a text box so I could fill out my part, and just like move the text box over the fields where things were like needed to go. And I was like, oh god, I hope this is like okay. It looks horrible, but like this is like the best I could do. And so I submitted it, and like the next day I got an email saying, oh yeah, it's all set. Here's like your new license number. And I was like, oh god, yes, thank god. I can work. I can afford to eat. But it was just like a lot like going on at once. And like, you know, streaming is just a hobby for me. So it's like, it was like the least of my priorities at the time. But luckily, since everything seems to be like pretty much set, I will have more time. And like once I settle into this new routine, it'll be a lot easier. All right. I'm just really excited to be back. You know, it's going to be a very interesting time. I do want to grow this channel. I do want to like get back into a regular routine. Like when I first started streaming, I went hard. Like I would stream like almost every day, and then like once I got my job, I was like, okay, I just like need to like figure out a good time to like balance everything. But unfortunately, because I was like had a new job, and this is like really sad, and I don't want to like pity myself, but it turns out that my treatment for ADHD wasn't the treatment that was right for me. And so I was like, okay, I need to try something else because this isn't working anymore. Like I was just like burning out like fast. And I found out that, because I also have depression, and I found out that I have treatment-resistant depression. So I was just like too exhausted to like stream, too exhausted to really do anything other than like work. And so, and even that was hard. And so I went back to the doctor and I told him what was going on, and he suggested I try a stimulant. And so I was like looking at my different options, and I was like, well, I do work long hours, so I want something that will like last me all day. So I tried Adderall first, and like the amphetamine salts. And that was just like not a good match for me. It was like just like too much at once, and I was having like anxiety attacks at work. And so I was like, yeah, this isn't working. I need to like try something else. So we tried methylphenidate, which is Ritalin or Concerta. And that just like straight up didn't work on me. Like, I was exhausted. I couldn't focus. And like, I was like, okay, this just like isn't working. So then I tried lisdexamfetamine, which is Vyvanse or Elvanse if I have any like European viewers. And it worked amazing. And so this whole like process of me trying different medications was like 6 weeks. And I was just like really like just trying to hang in there and just trying to get things done that needed to get done. But it was just like, I'm overwhelmed, I'm tired, I'm cranky, and like I'm upset because none of this is working. And so I've been on Vyvanse for a few months now. Unfortunately, it's one of those drugs that's on a national back order. So like I had to go through my insurance and like say, hey, I can't get the meds that work for me. Like, what do I do? And so they approved that I get the brand, because health insurances usually want you to like get the generic first because it is cheaper, and you know, insurance companies are just looking to save money and like not actually help you. It's a constant battle between the doctors and the insurance companies, because you know, the doctors want treatment that works, but sometimes the treatment that works isn't always like the most like cost-effective treatment. Sometimes it's really expensive, and the insurance companies are like, oh, do you really need this? Like, why don't you try something else? And like, I tried Vyvanse for like a month before I tried the Adderall, and that was the one that really worked, but my insurance wouldn't like cover it. So I was like, well, what do I do now? And they wanted me to try all these drugs first, and it just like wouldn't work. Like, I was like having a lot of emotional problems. And so then my insurance approved of Vyvanse, like both the generic and the brand name, because if I can't get the generic because of the back order, then I'll have to get the brand name. And like, luckily, like the brand name isn't that much more expensive. Like, yeah, it is more expensive because it's the brand name, but like, luckily the out-of-pocket cost isn't that bad. But it's just like been a process, and like I have to like submit my like request for a refill like about a week ahead of time, just so I can like be sure I have it like before I run out. And just like managing all that, you know, it is rough, because it's like, okay, like it's like I already have a disorder that makes it like hard for me to just like perform executive functions. So it's like I have to like work really hard to compensate for that, I feel like. But you know, it's I was able to get my medicine filled, and I've been on it for a while now, and this is absolutely crazy, but like I think like, because I'm also on sertraline, which is Zoloft. I think sertraline by itself like doesn't do much, but I think because I think like the Vyvanse working with the sertraline helps me a lot, so things have been good. And like, I don't know, it's just been like just some new adjustments, some lifestyle changes like this year. But you know, it's been all good, and I feel really hopeful for what's to come. So it's what else would I like? Oh, excuse me, I was shrimping a bit, so I'm gonna stretch. Yeah, I just like, I want to get to know you all again. Like, I want to like show more of myself and like be more open. Oh boy, has it already been an hour? This is going by so fast. But, like, I don't know, I'm just very excited. But, you know, I was gonna do a little Q&A, and I did have like a set of prepared questions right here. Just for a little bit. Let's see. Body pre-prepared questions. Okay. Hello, Zach. How are you? It's been a while. It's been a while. So Q&A. I did have some questions. Oh, I guess we'll just talk about like whatever. I guess you could say this is like a re-debut for me, even though it's the same old model. But you know, it's a new start. It's a new chapter. It's just been. And it's a new environment, heck. But yeah, so Q&A here. I guess like my favorite like thing about my new place is I don't know. It's all right. Too long, don't read. I moved out of my parents' place. I moved out of the nest, and I'm now currently living in a cave. So, but it's okay. It's just like the old days. That's what the echo is too. I don't know if y'all can tell, but it's very like echoey in here. But don't worry, I'll probably fix that because I haven't moved everything in yet. But yeah, I basically the bottom line was my absence was basically because I just had a lot going on. Like I moved and I got sick and I had to like deal with some job stuff and like it was just like everything was happening all at once because I thought with the weddings this past summer I'd be done and I could come back like fully. But then all this happened and I was like, oh, okay, well, why don't I get like focused on moving and just like getting everything set up and then I can come back to streaming and like I'm kind of upset because, you know, Halloween's like my favorite time of the year and I wasn't able to like do anything for any kind of streams for it and like because I was just so busy like moving out, but you know, it's okay. It's all good. It's all good. There'll be plenty of time to catch up and there'll be plenty of time to, you know, I like as much as I love like doing seasonal special things, like just because Halloween is over doesn't mean that I can't do spooky stuff. Like fall time in general, fall, winter, that it is a creepy kind of time of season. Like I will play horror games. I will still like do scary like monster themed stuff to like entertain you all. Speaking of horror games, I did manage to get a copy of Silent Hill 2 Remake, a physical copy, because you know I've been burned before and I was like I want something that I can like physically hold in my hands because the Silent Hill franchise is like it means a lot to me. Yes, it is very good because guess what? I got good Wi-Fi here. Like I got a fast package. Like when I had it installed, I like made sure to like talk with the technician about like, okay, how do I get like the best connection for like my streams? And so he like gave me a lot of advice, like how to like connect to the Ethernet and like basically so I have like wireless Wi-Fi, obviously. Um, but I also have like a cable that runs the entire length of my apartment from like room to room. And so I can like connect like all of the all of like my machines to the Ethernet and like get the fastest like Wi-Fi I can. So the speed itself, like I can get up to 1.2 gigabytes per second. Not per second. How fast is it? It's really fast. I get like 1.2 gigs. Like that's the package I got for like bandwidth and connection. So like obviously that's good for streaming and like good for like having multiple devices like running and like just using a lot of like internet. So like I could have multiple things running and like maybe I can even host some collabs now because like, you know, like a part of the reason why I was like so anxious about doing collabs was because of my bad Wi-Fi, and it would like often create some like awkward moments where like I couldn't like talk to people because there was so much latency. And now there's like almost no latency with you all. But like yeah, I think like I don't know how much latency there is. I need to like look that up, but you know, it is cable Wi-Fi, so it is going to be really fast. And I'm glad you all gave me that feedback about my connection. Like that makes me really happy. Like I always appreciate feedback during streams, and so yeah, like definitely worth splurging on good internet connection because like that's one thing with streamers. Like if people see that you have bad connection, they won't want to watch. Like, and it gets like super annoying to watch, especially with like how scuff YouTube can be. I heard like a lot of like the glitches that people are experiencing with like watching videos and like streaming is because they're trying to like fight. Yeah. Is they're trying to fight back against like the ad blocks. Like I can tell because of course I use ad blocker because a lot of ads like hide malicious like software within them, like malicious code, and I'm like I don't want that on my computer. So of course I use ad block, and like I can tell when a video is like loading that it is just struggling to like get the ads through, and I'm like like you thought you could, but me and my 2 ad block softwares know better. Like I use ad block plus and like Malwarebytes ad block, so it's like I got that double protection. Almost like, but like I was gonna say it's almost like wearing 2 condoms, but like don't actually do that. That's actually really bad advice. No, it's like being on birth control and using a condom. Like I'm just like extra protected. Or like it's like getting the HPV vaccine and then using a condom. It's like, yep, super protected against STDs now. What am I even talking about? Anyway. It's already started. The brain rot has started. It hasn't even been like 2 hours yet, and the brain rot has started. Block origin. Oh. Oh, that's nice. I'll have to look into that. But you block origin. Okay. Yeah, I'll have to look into that. It's just like that's like something that I feel like isn't really taught, but is like how to protect yourself from like malware on the internet, because like people are like saying, well, I can't pirate stuff because like I don't want to install like suspicious stuff. And I'm like, well, here's what you do. You yeah, first date. It's like, what do you like? Here's what you do. You just like install like a good like antivirus program, and then you install. Then like you just like download whatever thing you want to watch or like play, and like the stuff that's like bad that's hidden in the code will just like be blocked out. Or like even if it manages to like slip through the like the virus protection scan, what you do is you just like run task manager, and if you see something that's just like a lot of like malicious software will like use a lot of GPU and like CPU, so just like look to see what's like using a lot of the stuff, and the stuff, if the stuff looks suspicious, just like delete it. Like just like nuke it right from your computer, and like that's how you like, that's just basically how you protect yourself. Or just like, I don't know, just like don't share personal information online. Like I never ever do that thing where I save my like credit card like info into the browser, because it's like, oh well, you can like cut down on the amount of time. And I'm like, no, that creates like a cookie with like all your personal shit in there, and like I don't want to like do that. I'll just like run and get my debit card and like type it in every time. Like I don't know. You can organize it by GPU. So like, yeah, just look to see whatever is using the most RAM at the moment. And if it looks like a suspicious software, just like end task. Delete it. It's like a good way to see like what's yeah, a lot of the stuff is just like, it's just like, oh, background programs. Like one thing I learned is like, don't leave Steam like running in the background, because that uses up so much memory. So like, especially with streaming, so like if you want to like stream games, like just like create a shortcut, like create a folder that has like shortcuts to all the games, your games within it, and just like go from there. Yeah, because Steam, like when you leave it running in the background, it's like constantly like refreshing, and like it wants to like back everything up to the Steam cloud, which can like take a lot of memory. It's like constantly feeding your information into the database, and it uses up so much like CPU. It's just like, what's even the point? Just like play the games directly from the browser, from like your desktop. Like honestly, like Steam achievements like don't really mean much. I think Steam trading cards are actually worth something, because apparently you can like cash them in for real money. But like Steam achievements, nah, that's just like the flex. I do have like a few platinum games on Steam, because like, okay, yeah, I do like unlocking achievements. Like, you got me. So like there are a few that I've like 100% gotten achievements on, and I'm like, yeah, like pro gamer here. Oh, I can show you. You just like search for the app within your computer and just like run it from there. Like click on the shortcut and it'll run the game without opening up Steam. Like right now, I'm running VTube Studio without Steam. But it's just like, yeah. And like there's things within VTube Studio that like will save your GPU. Like they're like running Sprout will like Sprout capture rather than window capture like really helps reduce GPU. Like right now, like I'm using like less than 1% of my CPU just like chatting with y'all. Like, I may be dumb, and I may not have grown up with computers much, but this old Cambion is capable of learning. Like, oh yeah. Uh, I'm sure there is some things that I'm not capable of doing. Oh yeah, there's like this cool thing in Streamlabs now that I noticed when I like opened up Streamlabs without like after like a billion years, but they have like assets, like decor assets. And like some of them are like super cute. Like you can like add like here. Here, let me show you all. You can like add like decorations. Let me get my decorations out. There we go. Look at this. Look at this. I got my lights out. Boop, boop, boop. Isn't it cute? So yeah, we can like decorate now. Well, like a lot of this stuff is like free. It's like unpacking. Yeah, I can like have pets and like, I don't know, it's gonna be a lot of fun. That's cool that they have that like within the software itself. You can have like different themes. I probably need to put them up before the stream though, because like, you know, I don't want to like tie myself up in it. I don't know, it's like, and even within VTube Studio, I can get assets directly from the web. So like, I can even like have my friends come over, like have their little like avatars like within my room. Like rather than setting up a separate source within Streamlabs. It's just like so much fun. I'm so excited. Like, I thought I would like have some fun with my streams and like use goofy things and like have like things like pop up and like just to like have them all over the screen. It's just like, oh my gosh, this is gonna be so much fun. I'd also like to change overlays a lot. You all haven't noticed. That's something I tend to do, but yeah, thank you. It really has been. Yeah, I'm just like somebody who just like to like play around with things. Like, I don't know. I'm just a girl. Like, I have all this stuff like built into the software. Why would I like not want to use it? This is like so much fun. Like, and of course I'll like bring out like stuff to play around with and like animations. Like, it's so much fun. And like, yeah, like I think also like because people yes, yes, yes. Yeah, for some reason like The Sims was like not like I forget what I did really, but like, oh, we can play The Sims together. We can play all sorts of fun things together. I also want to do like crowd control streams where I play games and y'all can like I don't know, control it, and it's like either help me or like completely screw me up. Like I think that would be a lot of fun. A lot of it is stuff I just need to like set up like ahead of time, and like, you know, as long as I like stay on the schedule that I've created for myself, I think we'll be fine. Because I used to be like so disorganized before. I would like, that's why I was like be late to streams, was I like forgot, like, okay, forgot I like had this stream scheduled, and then like I would forget like to set up beforehand, and I would spend so long just like setting tech, like just trying to set everything up. And it's like I should really do that ahead of time. I did it like I was only 5 minutes late this time. I mean, come on. I did good. I did good. That's like on time for me, 5 minutes. I'll get better about that, I promise. But but like I've been like putting things like in my phone to like remind me, okay, like this is like when you need to like do this thing, like here you go. Like it's like, okay, I just need to remember to do shit ahead of time. And like a lot of the time I'd forget to eat before stream, and I was like, oh wait, I need to like eat something, otherwise I will be unhappy and like angry. And so I did manage to make breakfast this morning before I logged in. And I also need to like realize that like I would try to like choose the best time for streaming, and then I was like, okay, I just like need to like let myself like stream whenever I can. Like it's okay to have like an inconsistent schedule. Like I don't know, I'd like get in my own head, and that would like prevent me from like actually creating anything, and it was so bad. But it's like I need to like just like get out of that mindset of like everything needing to be like perfect and like consistent. It's like, you know what, even my Oshi like doesn't even stream on schedule. Like I need to like learn from him, because he was like me, where he would like go really hard at the beginning, and then he like just burnt out like I did. And like yeah, that's why I'm gonna have like built-in days off too. Like I'm just gonna say, okay, like this Wednesday I'm not gonna stream, and just like focus on like rest, and like maybe go out somewhere and do something fun. Like I do have to work later today, but I'm not like on a time crunch or anything. Like I know that when I end stream, I'll have plenty of time to get ready. And like I need to have like what also helps me is like I need to like figure out, okay, like how long am I going to be streaming for? That way I could just like manage everything. But yeah, no, it's been I've been getting a lot better at it. Like so much better. Like I think it's because like now I know that I'm accountable for myself. Like before I would like just eat whatever the rest of my family would eat, and like that wasn't really like healthy, because like a lot of the time like I would schedule streams, and then it's like, oh wait, dinner's not ready yet, so I would need to like delay the stream just so I could get something to eat. And now it's like, okay, I'll eat like at this time, and then like I'll stream like after I eat. And like it's like almost like fitting a puzzle piece together. And I'm just like, okay, I need to like actually like be accountable for myself. But I don't know, it'll be nice. I also noticed that I can now add a widget. Yeah, I guess I can. I don't know, I have like this hang up where I just like don't like people seeing me or hearing me eat. Like, I don't even like hearing my own, like, mouth noises when I eat. And, like, it's just, like, this weird hang-up I have. Like, I don't know. Maybe it's because, like, I used to have really bad table manners, so it's like, I don't really want people to see that. I'm just, like, too aware of myself sometimes, and there's a lot of, like, mental things I need to work on, but, like, I think I'll be fine. I, like, it, being a Cambion is really funny, because it's, like, before you're, like, aware, and, like, yeah. Yeah, I don't pay y'all. I don't even, like, charge you all to watch me. Like, this is all free. But, like, I don't know. It's, like, it's kind of, like, why I need to, like, play something in the background whenever I eat, because I just, like, don't like the sound of my mouth noises. It's weird. It's weird. It's, like, I used to not care, but now it's, like, I care too much, and I just, like, wonder why that is. But it's okay. Like, when... I don't know. It's, like... It's so weird. It's just, like, I just, like, don't want people to perceive me doing certain things. And, like, knowing that I'm doing certain things. But whenever somebody else does it, I'm like, oh, that's adorable. I like that. Like, there's this one clip where my Oshi, like, accidentally, like, starts stream. And he's, like, eating something. And he's, like, just munching away on stream. And he's, like, unaware that he's, like, live. And he's like, oh shit, I'm live. And he, like, then he, like, finishes his food. But, like, those, like, few seconds where he's just, like, munching away and, like, eating, I just think are so cute. And, like, I'm like, okay, this is, like, adorable because he's, like, just, like, doing something, like, normal. And he's just, like, unaware that he's live. But, like, I don't know. I just, like, thought it was so funny. It's, like, I don't like myself doing that stuff, but it's, like, funny when other people do it. And I'm like, oh, that's adorable. Like, that's so cute. Like, I don't know. Like, it's always, like, when people, like, act differently from how they're perceived that I find that I like them the most. Like, my Oshi, he looks... I don't know. Because I never thought of myself as cute. I would, I don't know, scary, maybe? I would think of myself as scary? I don't know, there's just, like... I don't know. It's just, like, so funny, because Oshi is so serious looking. He has, like, that deep voice. But then he goes and does, like, things that are just, like, adorable. Yeah! Yeah, anybody can be cute. Yeah, the Gap Moe. You know, I was talking to somebody about that. And they were like, you know, you look so serious and, like, mature and adult. And then, like, then I just, like, do things that people find really cute. Like, what was something that I did recently that somebody was like, oh, that's adorable? I think it was, like... Oh, I was telling the story about how I rescued a baby mouse once. And like, I was, like, describing, like, how I would feed it. And, like, I was like, oh yeah, I just, like, held it in my, like, hand really carefully and, like, fed it with like a paintbrush dipped in kitten formula. And they were like, I never expected that out of you. Like the fact that you would be like so willing to take in something that fragile. And I'm like, well, what else could I do? Like the thing like was so helpless and like it needed somebody to like help it. And like they were like, oh, you're not scary at all. Like, what are you talking about? And it's like I say, oh, I'm not a nice person. And then people are like, well, I hear some of the things you say about other people. And yeah, you are a nice person. It's like, but I'm like so shady, like sometimes, like, I don't know. It's like, I feel like I can be kind of harsh sometimes. Like, one thing that frustrates me is when I'm working, sometimes people will like expect me to do something that is like outside of my job. And it's like, well, you know, why don't you be an adult and like take care of your own problems? Like, I can't do this everything for you, especially when I have like a billion other things I gotta do here. Like, I can't talk to like, especially with like the kind of field I'm in, like, I'm not like authorized to like talk about people's personal information with like a third party. It's like, I can't do that. Like, it's like, no, you need to like discuss this with the third party yourself because this is like sensitive information and like this like violates like some stuff that I was like trained. Hello, Kuru. How are you? Nice to see you. And it's just like, it's like I was trained to not like touch this stuff like outside of my duties, like what I'm supposed to do. Like, this is sensitive information and I'm not supposed to discuss this with a third party. And like, it's like, oh, can you just call them for me and like get this figured out? And I'm like, no, I can't. Like, this violates like the oath I took when I got this job. Like no, be an adult and take care of it yourself. Like, I can be so mean about it. And like, my job has a drive-through, and like, this one woman, she just like pulled up and started screaming about like something that I had nothing to do with. And I'm like, oh my god, I don't get paid to deal with this. Like, I don't get paid enough to deal with like somebody just like screaming about something that I had nothing, that I can't do anything about. So I just like shut the window on her and like walked away. And it's like, this is why I say I'm not a nice person, is because like, it's just like, maybe I confuse niceness with being a pushover, but it's like, I've gotten to the point where I'm just like, you know, this isn't any of my business. This is outside of my job. I'm like, just like not gonna deal with this. I'm not gonna do it. Like, you know, like, you give people an inch and they'll take a mile. And it's like, I'm just done with being taken advantage of in my workplace. Like, I used to like always say, yes, I can come in early. Yes, I can like do this one thing that's like not technically in my job description, but like I'll do it anyway. But now it's like, no, I'm not doing that. Like, I'm not gonna like completely like roll over and let people just like do whatever they want with me in my workplace. Like, it's just like so nasty, like how people act in some situations. It's just like, I'm done dealing with this. I'm like, I've dealt with this for so long. I'm just like done, and I'm not letting people do that to me anymore. Like I'm done with letting people take advantage of my kindness. Like of course I will like help you to the best of my ability, but I can't like make miracles happen. And like, yeah, there's some cases where I feel bad when I can't help somebody. But then they like start throwing a temper tantrum, and I'm like, you know what? I don't feel bad at all, because this is something they ought to take care of themselves, not me. Like, it's just like a mess. And I feel like especially a lot of like people who are older, like, yeah, it's entitlement. And it's like, you know, there's some things you are entitled to with my job. Like, you're entitled to like receive what you're there coming there for, and like that, and you're entitled to know about what you're taking from us, and like what we're doing for you, and like the product you're picking up, you're entitled to know about that. But you're not entitled to yell at me. You're not entitled to berate me and threaten me because of something that is outside of my control. Like, I will shut the door in your face. I will walk away. Yeah. Yeah. Like, I'm done with like the customer is always right mentality, because like a lot of the time they're not. A lot of the time they're dead wrong, and like I'm just tired of like doing things that are outside of my like ability, and I'm just like, okay, like, yeah, here, take what you came here for and get out. Like if you're going to act that way or way towards me, if you're going to yell at me, if you're going to treat me like that, just like take what you need and get out. Like especially, yeah, exactly. And like the line of work I work in, you really don't want to be disrespectful to the people who do this, because we're taking care of you. Ah, thank you. Nick Rogan, thank you for subscribing. Much appreciated. Mwah. Yeah, exactly. We're people too. All right. Moving on. So, maybe we should talk about if I see them. If I see them, you do. No, the kisses like are for everybody. They're for everybody. All right, so why don't we talk about like I've rambled. I've ranted too much. Okay, so like what I want to do is definitely stream more, like 100%. Collab more with my friends. Like, I do have a few people who I've like known for a while, and like, it's like you all like wouldn't even know I'm like friends with these people because I never interact with them outside of like Discord, because I'm so scared to ask for collabs, and it's like, no, I really shouldn't be, because they're so friendly and nice to me, and like, but it's just like, you know, asking people for something, it's just like I don't want to bother them, and like what if like they don't really like my content and like what I do, and like I don't know. I'm just like, again, like I said, I get in my own head a lot, and like I need to like get out of that mindset, and like there's a lot of things that I would like to accomplish too. More music streams, because those are always fun. Like I do like karaoke streams, and I always have a blast with those. And like definitely like I do want to do like longer streams. But shorter streams are nice too, just like checking in and like letting y'all know that I'm doing well. Like those are nice too, but I like need to build up streaming stamina. Like I don't know what the proper term for it is, but it's like where you're able to do like endurance streams. I need to like do those more, because those are a lot of fun, and like I definitely want to do more creative projects, and like I want to record music and like maybe do some ASMR streams, you know? Now that I have like my own studio space, I can definitely like do ASMR streams now and not have to worry about like being interrupted at a weird moment, or like having people like overhear things I say. And like, yeah, there's just gonna be a lot of exciting things coming up, and like I really hope y'all are excited as I am. especially since I do think VTubing itself is changing. I do think there's going to be more of a focus on like creating like stuff other than streaming, like music and like almost storytelling. Like I think there's going to be like more focus on that, like yeah, traditional content creation, like other than just streaming games, which is fine. Those who just want to stream games, they're perfectly valid, but like, you know, I want to like expand. Oh, it's Zach. It's okay, Zach. Don't worry. I just want to like grow beyond. We're talking about like the future of this channel. I just want to like grow beyond like what I've been doing and like show more of what I'm capable of, because I feel like I've only shown so much, and I want you all to just understand that there's more to me than what you see. And like, I want to start being more authentic and stepping outside of my comfort zone and like being more creative. And this is going to be a lot of fun, I can tell. And now that like everything's been set up in my home and like I have Wi-Fi now, I'm still working on setting my computer setup, but you know, that's fine. I do want to upgrade to a new computer. I'm still using my laptop. But yeah, I just want to be more like open, show more of what I'm capable of doing. Now, granted, if I were to do karaoke streams, I would have to unarchive them, because I've heard like YouTube, especially now, is like coming down really hard on like copyright stuff. So like I don't want anything on my channel that could potentially be an issue, but like, you know, unarchived streams, that just makes things more exciting, you know? I do want to do more comedy-focused streams. Like stuff where I just do goofy things and like... there's a lot, like, I'm considering, and like... maybe like lore building and like... Maybe some more goodies along the way. You might see me look a little different, depending on how well things go financially. Oh yeah, and I do have a throne. I did update my throne. That's some of the stuff is just like stuff that'll like help me, like, you know, take care of myself, and like stream upgrades. Like there's like a mic upgrade, because I don't think the pop filter on my current mic is very good. There's also lighting, so the tracking can improve, and like I don't strain my eyes as much. But yeah, you will get a lot. I'll always be me. I'll always be me. I may take on different forms. I might dress differently. I might have different hairstyles, but like, don't worry. I'll always be me. Unless like... I don't know. I might get cold sometimes. I mean, I am living underground again inside a cave, so like, I don't know. I haven't even like turned on the thermostat yet. That's okay. You'll always have tummy, don't worry. At least once in a while. I'll switch things up, but like, don't worry. There'll be a lot more I can show off. And I don't know, there's a lot I just want to like do. Like, I just like, as long as I can like maintain my job and like a steady income, there will always be things like out there, and like maybe I'll start like a fund for like model upgrades too. Who knows? That might be a lot of fun too. Also, it might be cool to like have people design outfits for me. But we'll see. We'll see. I don't know if I have enough viewers to like actually hold a contest. But like that would be a lot of fun. We can do dress to impress streams. Like that's always a lot of fun. Like fashion designer. Like there are ways to like design outfits and like just play around with them. I think I can even get outfits for like assets, so we'll just have to see. But yeah, I know that I'll always have people out there who will like tune in and like just want to know what I'm up to, and like you will see, if you're on Twitter, you will see me like occasionally post goofy things. Like I've been like trying to like stay off of social media too, because it's just kind of like a shit show right now with like all Muskrat is doing to Twitter, and I'm like, do I even want to stay on this platform? Like, I don't know, it's just like a lot of things on the internet are like becoming unusable, in my opinion. It's like either they're like locked behind like they're so like overcrowded with ads that it's like impossible to like navigate the site, or like everything is behind a paywall, and it's like, oh, I can't even like look at this stuff to find out what to find out like what I need to know. And it's like, I don't know, Twitter has just like been so laggy too, and like it's just full of bots, and it's like awful. I'm just like, go away. I can tell if it's a bot too, because like almost all of them have blue check marks, and what a lot of them do is like underneath posts they'll just like repeat the post but like with different wording, and a lot of them just like say the same thing. And I'm just like, this is like, there's like no humans here anymore. There's like no actual users. These are all bots that are just like regurgitating the same shit. And I'm just like, where is everybody on this internet? Like, what? I don't know. It's like back when I first started using it, it felt like the internet was just like everybody was on it, and now there's just like nobody. It's like kind of creepy if you think about it. I think it's because everybody's on apps now. Like, we have like the best way to connect to others, but we're still like as isolated as, like, even more isolated than we can possibly be because of it. It's like how do we even communicate anymore? Like, I'm basically like repeating like the whole point of Death Stranding at this point, but no. Kojima was definitely onto something there. Like, even though the world is like covered in cables, we're still isolated. And it's just like sad. I think that's also part of the reason why like people are so rude to service workers. Hello. I've been wonderful. We're just chatting. Kruka Gamer. I'm just like rambling like I usually do. Yap. That's something I'm very good at. But it's just like, I think that's part of the reason why people like don't know how to act around each other, is because like a lot of our main social interactions are online, and it's like we don't see what the other person like. We don't see how they react. We don't see like that face like fall whenever somebody is upset, and it's just like some people are just like so mean-spirited for like no reason online, and I'm just like, where did the manners go? Like my mom was talking about it. She said like there was this person who posted like this beautiful photograph of a sunset in like a Facebook group, and everybody was just like making fun of them for like finding joy in a sunset, and they were being like unnecessarily hostile, and I'm like, why are people taking an issue with this? Like, this is so like innocent and like it's nice, but like why are people just like acting mean? Or like, you know what always scares me too is like how like people online can like casually say like, oh, like they're like hostile towards kids, like they're like, I'm gonna beat up that child, and it's like, no, like that's like just a kid. Like, why would that be your first thought when you see a kid online? Like, what is wrong with people? Like, I get it, not everybody likes kids, but like, why the violence? Like, kids don't know any better. Like, I don't know. It's weird. It's very weird to me. Like, humans baffle me. Like, and this is coming from a demon who lived out in the wilderness for a very long time. Like, even I'm not that hostile towards strangers, and it's like, I don't know, who's really the human here? Like, I've met demons with better manners than a lot of humans. It's just like shocking to see what some people are comfortable saying to strangers, and it's like, what the fuck? Like, just because you can't see them doesn't mean there's another person on the other side of that screen that you're like yelling at. Like, I don't know. People are just so disconnected. And like, that's also part of the reason why I like VTubing too. It's like, even though like, yes, there is like an anime wiggly character, but there's still like a person behind that. Like, I'm definitely real. Like, I'm here, I have feelings. When I end this stream, I'm gonna get up and like get something to eat, and I'm gonna go to work. So like, I obviously have a life outside of this internet, outside of this stream. Like, I don't suddenly stop existing because I log out. Like, but it's just like, people just like, yeah, I think they like know, but it's because they like, they just don't see it. It just doesn't occur to them in the moment. Like, when they're being rude, they don't like, it doesn't occur to them that there's somebody else on the other side of the screen. They just say whatever. Like, a lot of people just have like impulse problems, and like, you know, some people just don't like stop to think before they do something, and like they just do it anyway. And it's like, yeah, it's like, it's, oh my gosh, like, I've heard of some kids who believe like their teachers live at the school because like that's the only time they see them. And it's like, no, they go home like everybody else does. Like teachers, hi Reeb, it's going wonderfully. Like, we're just chatting, getting caught up. But yeah. Sorry, I'm shrimping a bit. So let me just stretch out. Yeah, it feels good to be back. And like talk with everybody. It's very nice. And I definitely do want to like stream more. Like, that's what in a way I kind of like these long Zatsu like streams after I've been a while, because it just like gives me the time to like catch up with everybody and like tell everybody what's been going on and like how much of a busy demon I've been, and like I don't know. A lot has happened. All good things, though. All good things. And I promise I won't use Comic Sans in every single thumbnail, or... Actually, I take that back. I will now. I will now, because it's cringe and... It's cringe, and I know it'll annoy some people, so now I'm going to use Comic Sans in every thumbnail, just to spite y'all. I don't even understand why Comic Sans like got that reputation. Like, it's just the font. Why do people get like so upset over it? Like, it's eye-catching and it's easy to read. Yes, I blew it. Comic Sans in every single thumbnail from now on if I put text on it. Yes. I never said I'd be cool. Oh, I may look like this, but I'm still a demon after all. There's a reason why we were banished from God's kingdom. I must do an evil act every day. Otherwise, I will be unsatisfied. And, like, I'm petty as fuck, so, like, I will do it now just to spite you all. Just to annoy all the graphic designers I have who will be tuning in, possibly. I don't know what y'all do, but yes, it will be to annoy. Yes, yes. I'm allowed to have that one red flag. Actually, I think I'm just a walking red flag at this point. And that's a deliberate choice, everyone. That is not, like, that is a deliberate stylistic choice to use Comic Sans in my thumbnails. Like, that is not something that's an accident. That is just to spite y'all. Rose tinted glasses, you say? It's like she's a red flag, but good. I'm colorblind. Yes, I want to be the red flag. I want to be the red flag of my community. I want to be evil and cringe. Yes, that is exactly what I go for. Like, part of it all is just because I like teasing. I like teasing and causing mischief. Like, yeah. Red is a good color. Red is a very good color. And she's a 10 out of 10 to use it. She uses Comic Sans for everything. I love that. Well, I think it's about time for me to end stream because I gotta go take care of some things. But it's been a lot of fun, and I will see you all very soon. Bye-bye!